Hi, Kyle. Hi, Brandon. How are you?
Doing good, Sean.
Doing
Nice
real,
to see you.
doing real good.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining me and chatting about SAA and fundraising and running. Um, so today we have Kyle Settles and Brandon Robert, and they are both raising money for SAA. We're so excited to have them helping us out. Hey, Brandon, you want to start and just quickly talk about what you're doing and who you are?
Yeah. Sean, thanks. My name's Brandon, and I have AS, and I'm raising money for the SAA through a 250-mile race called the Cocodona 250, and it is in May 1st, so it's coming right up. And I just did my last like big training block this weekend for it, and then I have a couple more things to do, and then I'm all ready to go. I feel ready, and so we're just raising money and awareness and showing people with or without AS just what we are possible of accomplishing with the right mindset.
That is very well said. Kyle, I'm sure you can add to that. Kyle, what are you doing for us?
Yeah, so I am currently training for my first full marathon, which will be in Anchorage in about 5 months. Sure as heck, I'm not going to be doing 250 miles like Brandon, but this marathon's a pretty big accomplishment in my world, kind of building off what Brandon was saying about building awareness for those who have AS and also who don't have AS. We can pretty much do whatever we want to do as long as we put one step in front of the other and have an open mindset of it. So really just happy to be here with the two of you guys.
So, what do you think gets you up in the morning to like do this every day? Because people ask me, they're like, "How do I raise money for SAA?" More than that, like, where do I get the energy and the determination to sort of work on it every day? Because it is you both have made a commitment, and I'm so proud of both of you. But something is driving you. So, what is that that drives you each day?
So for me, um, what gets me out of bed every morning is it's like equal parts just kind of stubbornness and uh like I'm going to be the one in charge, not the disease. The disease is not going to run me. I'm going to run it. And as long as I'm, doing everything I can to stay one step ahead of it, then um, it makes me feel good. And at the end of the day, it makes me feel like I'm still living a big, meaningful life because there were several years after I was diagnosed that I thought living a big life was just not possible. And it's depressing and um, it's just it feels like your life is kind of over. And I finally realized that like when you get diagnosed with AS or if you adopt a certain lifestyle, um, AS is it's not a death sentence. It doesn't mean your life is over. In fact, I'm coming to realize that um, I've done more with AS than I think I would have ever done without it. So you just have to get to that place of acceptance, and it's not like motivation, it's not discipline, it's not anything. It's just a total acceptance of a new way of life, and you get up every day and you just go kick its ass. That's just what you do.
And kind of building off that acceptance too, man. It's like, and I can relate to a lot what you were saying, Brandon, with once you're diagnosed, just dealing with some heavy depression and really trying to navigate those waters and realizing, okay, there's one of two avenues I can take with this. So that's been my motivating force is just like, I'm only 36, not ready for my life to be even close to over yet. So getting out of bed every day and just doing my thing. And my big motivators too is my family as well, my partner Amy and my son Jack, and just being there for them and making sure I can be a healthy and a sustainable partner for sure.
You both have shared stories, thank you, on SAA
Mhm.
Storytellers, and you both have talked about your kids. So it's been really touching to work with both of you, and I think you both have said to me separately how you are trying to set an example for the future of a way to fight anything. This happens to be AS, but to take control of it and do something. So lastly, what's a little bit of advice you would give to anyone that would, raise money for SAA or just spread awareness or be a good friend to someone who has AS? What would you each say to that person?
I would tell them to start small. I always tell people that like message me on Instagram and stuff, just start small. Don't just go run a marathon. Don't just go run 250 miles. Like there was a time after I was diagnosed when walking on a treadmill in my garage for 10 minutes was the most I could do. And you start small and you build from there. And the only thing that you have to do is not stop. That's it. It's the only thing you have to do. And everything else will just build from there. And just be patient and cut yourself some slack. Or if you know someone that has AS, just give yourself a little bit of grace and just understand that what you're doing is not going to look like what everyone else does. Like I'm not in the front of these races, like I did a half marathon last week in the snow and I finished second to last. And it's like, I could care less where I finish. I'm grateful to be out there. Like I shouldn't even be out there, but as long as I can move, I'll be out there. So you just, and like Kyle said, just has to be a certain level of acceptance. And I always like say on Instagram, like you accept it and then you adapt to it and then you will overcome it and you will. And your life, it's not going to look like you thought, but it might be better than you ever thought. I know that's what is happening to me. I never thought I'd be where I'm at. So but it all started with 10 minutes on a treadmill. So just start small.
And building off what you said, give yourself some grace. I was 4 years ago, I could barely walk. And then I ran my first mile again after not running for several years. And it took, I think, 13 or 14 minutes. So just pushing yourself day by day and giving yourself that grace. And one big thing that I noticed that was super helpful for me was teaming up my physical health with mental health. And so finding therapy and actually being consistent with that. And that just launched me into a whole different world. So I would strongly recommend anyone out there who is newly diagnosed or maybe just frustrated with some answers that they cannot get to seek that mental clarity. Cause that was a huge growth for me for sure.
And can I just say something off of that too is, like if you have AS, I would strongly urge you to get involved, not necessarily with a nonprofit or just somebody else that has AS, because I remained naive to it for a long time out of fear. And I didn't even meet someone or talk to someone with AS in real life until May of last year. And it it has changed so much just by having a community of people around me that understand what I'm dealing with. Like I don't know you at all, Kyle. I've never met you in real life, but I know what you deal with day in and day out. It's like this just this common bond that you can share with people. So if you have AS, like don't just remain alone. Even if it's just messaging someone on Instagram, like there's a whole community of people out there that will support you, that will say, "Hey, I have this same problem. It's a real pain in the ass." And it's just like get involved in a very small way because it makes you feel not alone.
That's actually the perfect spot. That is the perfect spot, you two. Thank you so much. And what we're going to do is we're also going to post links to both your fundraisers so people can reach out and get to know you and hopefully donate to your runs. All the money you raise helps us at SAA with our programs and our events and getting literature and information out to everyone who wants to know more about AS. So thank you so much, Kyle. I wish you the best of luck in your run.
Thank you.
Brandon, thank you. I wish you so much luck in your run.
Thank you.
And thank you again for being part of SAA Storytellers. And I'm so excited to share this message of basically not being alone, which you both have brought to the table, and patience and working with your mental and physical health. You two are amazing. You guys are awesome.
Sean, thanks, dude.
Thanks
We're
for
just
having us,
normal.
Sean. You rock, man.
I'm telling you, we're just normal guys. We just don't stop. You just gotta move.
For sure.
Gotta move. That's a great place. That's a great place to say goodbye. Thanks so much.